So everybody, it's time for grading, and I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how to submit term grades for each of your classes that you teach for the MYP. So in your classes, in the classes tab, you can select a particular class that you assess. Up here you will see the tasks bar, which is taking me to, and over on the right hand side you need to click on submit term grades. This then takes you to the term grade book, where all of your judgments for your particular students have been submitted by managed back through the grade book, and they're automatically placed in the submit term grades section of the grade book. What you will need to do now is to make sure that all of your students have got a judgment for each of the criteria a minimum of once for the first term. That's our agreement. So if we take this particular student here, we can see that it's generated already a final grade for her because she has 4 grades submitted so far for this term. If this stands as an NA, then the total sum and the final grade then also gets turned into an NA. That's why it's vital that each of the students has got one criteria, one achievement level score per criteria. So if I change this one back to a 0, it automatically adds that up for me. Now this is very simple for this particular student because she's only got one judgment for criterion A, and one for criterion D, and 2 for C, which are the same. So naturally a 4 has been generated there. When submitting the term grades, none of any of these criteria have to be completed because I won't generate them as part of the report format. All that needs to be done is a judgment for A, B, C, and D. However, problems might occur if you've got a student like this student, for example, that has 2 judgments and you've got a 4 and a 5, or 2 totally different judgments out of 8. What you need to do then is give the best fit judgment for that particular student for that particular criteria. So for in this instance, I could award this student a 4 or a 5, depending on what the strand descriptors say about that particular criteria, and then I will have to give my best fit judgment for that particular student. Okay, this student has a judgment for criterion D, so I can change that now, but it doesn't generate a final grade or a sum for this student. This student will, by the grading, have completed a criterion B if the hands is working, so I will then be able to give a final grade. This final grade, MYP final grade, will not be generated in the report card either, just the final sum of the 4 criteria. But parents will get the final grade boundaries, which you can see down here. They will get that as part of the report document, so they can work out, should they wish to, where the final grade, where their child is on in terms of final grades. Okay, so just to sum up, grade tasks, grade book, submit term grades, and make sure all of your students have a judgment for A, B, C, and D. If there's a reason for students not getting a final judgment, then do please come and talk to me. Hopefully that makes it pretty simple. Okay, thanks.